So I was thinking about, at least for me, I have a ritual. If I'm going to sit in, like get snuggled in, ready for a binge, I have to have a very cozy blanket, preferably one by Barefoot Dreams. They're super snuggly. Kenny makes fun of me because I have to like arrange my pillows and get comfortable. There's got to be a savory snack, typically popcorn, but you know, I'm open. Sometimes it's chips. And then followed by a sweet snack, right? Usually a gummy bear or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I got to lay this all out. I get my big water cup. You know, it's a thing, right? You got to get the setup before you settle in for the binge. Mm-hmm. So, but I've noticed like other people sit in a computer chair, and I'm just like, that doesn't even seem comfortable. How do you binge in a computer chair like that for hours? Like I know we all sit at work in a computer chair for hours, but that's not fun. So it made me think: do more people binge like in a computer chair than in a comfy chair?
Gamers.
Well, we need to
gamers.
Let's take a poll. Okay, let's start with Ramon. What is your ritual for binging?
Me? Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I cannot. Okay, so I can. I agree with Clara. I cannot binge. I have to have a big monitor when I'm binging. I have to be relaxed and all that stuff. And I don't necessarily eat and eat. Although when I start binging, it's like I gotta prepare like. The whole day's gonna just disappear. I know that's gonna be a fact. Downton Abbey was an example. But yeah. So I actually don't have a ritual, but I do. I know I cannot binge on an iPad. I cannot binge on computer screens. I have to I have to have a big monitor in front of me in order for me to just sit down and enjoy binging. And I love binging with my wife because of the fact that a lot of times she actually she's not a huge science fiction fan, but usually when I start binging, she binges with me. Mm-hmm. And she, and it's kind of fun because, she's not into science fiction, but when we binge, she gets into it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so that's I don't have a ritual per se, but that I do want to be comfortable, and I do want to be in front of a big TV screen when I'm binging.
Big TV screen and wife. That's your ritual.
Yes.
There you go.
Because basically I can't, I start on something and I just lose interest until because basically it's like like. It's so funny because whenever my wife and I binge, like we kind of interrupt each other in the middle. We pause and why did we do this? And all that stuff. And we sometimes bug each other, but we still, at the end of the day, we still enjoy watching, and we Google a lot, by the way, because especially with this when we're binging Downton Abbey, we're going like. I have to Google some of the, Machiavelli. What the heck does that mean? Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's the funny thing. Is like the first thing I heard is like I paused. They mentioned the Machiavelli, and then my wife paused it, and I knew what she was going to do. It was like, hey Siri, what's Machiavelli?
Yeah.
So,
the Don Illuminati.
I'm not asking you.
We should just have like an extra square with Siri on it, and is that Siri or Alexa? I can have
As soon as Apple or Amazon sponsor us, we're good to go.
Watson.
Exactly.
Yes. Jeopardy. What was it? IBM? IBM's Watson. That's who we need.
IBM can throw us money too. That's fine.
Yeah. You know what we should have? We should put them all on and have it like a trivia contest.
Cortana, I'm sorry to say, Cortana freaks the heck out of me. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Next.
Logan.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to break it down into the intentional and the unintentional binge. And I think that's the difference for me as to where I end up and how and in what scenario. So intentionally, it's usually in the living room. You know, we have a slightly larger TV, but it's still, you know, it's a normal high definition. We'll get, you know, whether it's a tea or an adult beverage or whatever. We're normally kind of sweetsy, you know, ice cream type people at my wife and I. So we'll kind of stock up on the things that we want. And me in particular, I find that I like to bring everything that I think I might want, but I don't always eat it all. So it's like I'll bring an ice cream, which it's going to melt. So that's usually what I'm going to have. But maybe I want, you know, a popcorn chip or popcorn or Girl Scout cookies or who knows what. But oftentimes I'll leave it there untouched. And just the fact that I don't have to get up and get it is enough for me that it's fine that it's there. My wife definitely has a much better ability to basically call it and say, I'm going to sleep than I do. And then I'll normally just switch to something else that I was in the middle of myself and continue on that way. Though, as far as kind of the computer chair and in the office, I think that's where those unintentional binges come in that I have a 4K monitor for my computer. So it's, you know, the picture's comparable, but it's a little bit nicer of a picture. And if I click on something or watch something, I can kind of get sucked into it in a way. And then all of a sudden it's, you know, 2 or 3 in the morning and it's like, well, great. I have to get up in 3 hours. This is fabulous. and I've unintentionally kind of, you know, been in that scenario doing that. So it usually falls in those two categories for me.
No, that's well, and I can bear witness as to him being on watching a Mandalorian. Loki episode when we were doing the 3 a.m. Insomnia series, and that was quite an endeavor.
It was.
We did it, and you know,
you did them all. I only did half.
Yeah, well, you know, it's that and a nice. I'd say with a lack of, personal life and copious amounts of coffee, you can do almost anything. Yeah.
So is that how you binge?
Here's the funny thing, and I'm going to go kind of with what Logan said. Well, yes, coffee coffee goes with everything. Coffee goes with, but to be fair, I have 2 types of binges. There are some shows that I need to completely lock in on. For example, I've just recently started watching Billions again because Billions is back out on Showtime, and the dialogue is so crisp and sharp and specific. You can't just like half listen because they're talking about executions on stocks and predictive modeling and a lot of things that you have to actually get it because there's a lot of reveals down the line. But then I'll watch other things that are more just entertaining, and I can do that I have like a standing treadmill desk where I'll just be kind of working, but also have have it playing on my iMac. But my favorite way to binge, and it's not binge in the conventional sense where you're doing a lot, back to back to back, but just what I consider an obsessive amount of doing it is. I'm such a cinephile. I love going to the Alamo, or going to. There's also some indie films up in the DC area, that are part of the Landmark Theater chain, and it's one of those kind of artisanal, bourgeoisie, theaters where, everything is like way overpriced, and they have custom concessions, and
they were doing alcohol in concessions long before the mainstream theaters were.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, but the thing, it was always the experience.
Yep.
The Alamo, I would go there, and for those who haven't been to the Alamo, they serve, typical Americana food. So you can go there and order a pizza, and order a hamburger and fries and all of that, and they have waiting staff that will come out to you, and you just put up like a tag, you put this in front of your chair. They'll come by, read, what you've written on it, and bring you an order. So it's, it's just a great setup.
They surprisingly have a great Earl Grey tea. I know you wouldn't expect it, but it's actually very good.
You know what else they do that I love is a lot of times they will have a temporary item on their menu based on the movie.
Yeah. Like
if they're doing like a Downton Abbey, watch party kind of a thing in the theater, they will have like Earl Grey or blood pudding or fish and chips or whatever they eat over there. It all sounds depressing.
I do miss the Alamo.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, trust me, I've been going, but
yes.
Again, the matinees, double vaxxed, and I'm so isolated anyway. It's not, it's if I were to get a breakthrough, I come right back here, and I don't see anybody for 2 weeks anyway, so it's fine. But yes, be safe.
Lord of the Rings marathon at Alamo.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they did this years ago.
So they didn't do all 3 movies in one day. It was each Tuesday, right?
I thought.
Yeah, no, it was like on a Tuesday. It was random. It was like a random day of the week, and they just did 3 weeks in a row.
The extended version. So they did an intermission like in the middle of it, and that I didn't realize we had watched them at home multiple times, but. On the big
seeing
screen?
it in a theater, but I'm not gonna lie, sitting in those chairs for 4 hours.
Yeah, they weren't as comfortable.
After the intermission, I was just like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we're getting through this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a movie fan, but I don't know if I can do. Well, no, that's not true. I did do a double feature at the Alamo. Had a great time. It was hosted by Patton Oswalt, and the first movie was a blaxploitation film called Bad Mothers. No, called Mothers. It was just Mothers. Mothers with a U.
With a U, of course.
Because you got to be hip. And it was just the epitome of a horrible film. But it was so bad, it was actually good. I mean, it was shot like in the, I think it was like either Thailand or the Philippines. And they were basically pirates. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, I'm sure Quentin Tarantino saw this many a times. Because these foxy sisters with the afros and the tie knot midriff showing t-shirt dress. It was schlocky like beyond belief, and we saw that in all of its horrible no fight choreographed splendor, and D-list special effects, and then Patton Oswalt would say he would comment through the whole movie with a microphone through the PA. And then afterwards, he did like a little, crowd work where he's talking to the audience. Then the piece de resistance, Mad Max, the first one, undubbed, full Australian accent, and if anybody knows, Patton Oswalt is not a Mel Gibson fan. Patton Oswalt has many things that he said about Mel Gibson on social.
Hey,
well, what's hilarious is he acknowledged that. He said, "Listen, I can't stand the man. I hate his politics. I hate what he said and done. But look at that face, because he's like, this is baby fat Mel. This is Mel with before Foster's got the hooks into him. I mean, he's like smooth. I mean, look at him. And again, don't get me wrong. I think I spoke about this before with Logan. I had to come to terms with my initial boycott of Mel Gibson because I had films that I had appreciated growing up that he was in, but when you have a conflict like that, are you supposed to just remove that entire part of your movie going experience? Because it was like a cornerstone of a decade. I mean, Mad Max, Road Warrior, Thunderdome, Braveheart, Lethal Weapon 1, 2, not 3, and you just
or 4.
Stop counting.
I'm not gonna lie. I like 4 just because I'm a Jet Li fan.
Yeah, no,
Jet Li is awesome.
Yeah,
he's the best part of it.
Yes, he is. But and that's also it was funny is Murtaugh was too old for this crap in the first one
when it started. Yeah.
But anyway, so I like to binge. Long story short, I'll binge in my basement on my couch watching. I have an old school retro tube TV, the ones the ones like a big cabinet. It's it's like I think 62-inch.
Yeah.
But it's because I rarely use it, so it's still good. It works fine.
HD.
What's that?
HD.
Oh no. I don't think HD existed back then. It's
like 480p.
You're literally watching it in standard definition.
Yep.
Yes, it's retro. Wow. I got the AB button that I click on it to make it go from.
Has your opinion of Julian changed now?
What's that?
I don't know. I mean, it depends what he's watching there, but that's some commitment to original theatrical.
Do they have like hot tubes and stuff like that?
When you turn it on, it goes boom.
Has to warm up.
Where do you get the film for it?
Well, no. Here's what I'm trying to say is I have the big TV in the basement where I'll just sit down and I'll put my laptop and kind of watch stuff, but it's like just action stuff that I can let wash over me, or I'll have my treadmill on the middle level of my place, and that's where I have like obviously a high retina visibility iMac. But my bedroom is where I tend to just kick back, put the pillows up behind and just watch, that's where I watch Billions and the ones that
where you really binge.
Yeah, yes, I do binge in when in the MTV Cribs where they go to the restroom and the guy says, "Yeah, this is where the magic happens." Well, yeah, when I go there, I say, "Yeah, this is where the binging happens," and there you go. So good stuff. Oh, Kenny, what do you binge, or do you just do what Clara tells you to do?
There you go.
I wish he doesn't do what I tell him to. Unfortunately,
well, yes, I do.
You're with somebody.
We're men. We're meant to like annoy our spouses.
Yes.
I don't think that's just the purpose. That wasn't in our vows anywhere.
It was.
Anyways. He binges on mostly, I think, your laptop or iPad.
iPad? That's
no.
I just tend to watch a lot of stuff on it, but I don't. No, I can't sit. I don't sit and watch.
Okay.
For hours. I will say so. A couple of different types of binging, I guess. So for Formula One. I've had to watch Formula One on the iPad.
This is how you know he doesn't do what I tell him to, because I wouldn't tell him to watch Formula One.
Because they don't. Formula One hasn't come out with an actual TV app, so
that's on your iPad.
And I watch YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube on my iPad. But for like movies or TV shows, it's either on the couch.
In my couch. Let me preface this, okay?
Oh.
In our living room, when we redid our living room, he asked for leather chairs. I have over there 2 leather chairs.
I wanted a dad chair. I did not get dad chairs. I got leather chairs.
You wanted a leather recliner. Anyways, I wanted a couch. I bought a couch. I got a couch for me. It's very fancy. It's from IKEA, okay? I got a baby and a toddler. They spill all the time. But this is mommy's couch. And he sits on it.
Oh.
But yeah, so binging, I mean, similar routine to Clara. Like, the difference I think is I tend to do more like Logan, where I go and get all the snacks that I think I might want.
Yep.
And I like bring them into the living room.
And it often starts with ice cream, like Logan.
Yes. Yes, that is true.
You know what? I've gotten in on the recent. You know how you get in like in these cycles where you just start eating the same thing.
Yep.
I've started eating, and again, it sounds bizarre, cottage cheese with chunks of pineapple.
I've heard that's great. Or peaches. I've heard people do too.
Peaches.
Oh, yeah. I love it just with cinnamon and sugar.
That's something.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Well,
but peaches is wonderful too.
The reason why I got into it is because in the Giant supermarket, they have like ready to go like a tub of Giant brand, you know, not the size, the brand, Giant brand cottage cheese with pre-cut pineapple slices in there. So you literally just rip it open and you're eating. You don't no preparation, which I love because I'm an automatic man in an automatic world, you know, and you know it took the place of ice cream, which I desperately needed. So you know,
You traded sugar for sodium. Got it.
Yes. Yes.
Sugar and sodium.
Yes.
You guys get protein. Good job.
Yeah.
Yes. It's well, you know, you can either have Ben and Jerry's or you know
Or Giant.
yeah.
Actually,
Logan
found for me that was really good. Was it Turkey Hill? I remember you got it at Wegmans, and
It's all natural. That's why he likes it.
But it's like there's 5. It's only like actually no, it's only 5 ingredients, is it? It's like
So what was so great was I found an ice cream that is actually ice cream and not some processed manufactured stuff.
Ben and Jerry's is
Theirs is fine, but that's not what you were always getting.
But Ben and Jerry's is just, I mean, it's Ben and Jerry's. Like, if you binge too much Ben and Jerry's, like you're gonna pay the price.
Listen,
I tend to go more the enlightened keto, low sugar, low carb kind of ones, just because too much sugar is just not a good plan.
I had that keto ice cream.
Yeah,
and that's not ice cream.
But
they are getting better. Though I actually make my own with heavy cream and coconut coffee creamer unsweetened, and that's actually really nice too.
Isn't that recipe?
Yes, post that on the internet.
It's the normal recipe from the Cuisinart, the typical Cuisinart ice cream maker. It's literally, I think, 2 cups of heavy cream is what I do. 1 cup of heavy cream, 2 cups of the coconut unsweetened creamer, 3/4 of a cup or so of some sort of a natural sugar, whether it's stevia based or whether it's monk fruit based, but something like that. And then whatever I want to go ahead and add in, usually some vanilla, and then maybe I'll do 3 or 4 ounces of schnapps if I want a peach ice cream. Or vanilla vodka if I want a little bit more of a vanilla flavor. Or
the Lily's chocolate. Do you eat that? The Lily's brand?
Yeah. Sprinkle some of the chocolate chips in kind of at the end once it gets a little bit thicker, so it actually kind of gets through and doesn't all just sink to the bottom.
Mint schnapps and the Lily's chocolate.
I'll just do. I won't even do the schnapps. I'll just do the actual like mint. Who is it? The McCormick. You know, just mint extract.
Ooh.
So I've got a mint extract, a raspberry, a strawberry, a watermelon, like all the different ones. Coconut, banana. You can have like banana coconut.
Then.
Yes.
You know,
you just drop the extract in, and you've got all the flavors, and you make your own ice cream, and you literally know all of your ingredients, and it's a little bit cheaper than buying some of the other stuff.
We need
I
to
literally gained 5 pounds just listening.
Exactly. But I'll tell you what, I love it. Let us have a ice cream watch party.
Yes.
You know?
Logan makes ice cream.
Well, we can all bring our different
I'm
brands.
sure there's a Patreon tier for that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. That's
about watching a
a whole
movie.
other show.
Clara is suggesting the watch party be us watching Logan make ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. That can be that. Trust me, that is the thing.
Binge Theory cooking show. Sure.
Food Network, yeah.
And he's gonna
I feel like a voyeur.
What's funny
look at
is
that measuring cup he's using. Oh, that's a good measuring cup.
Is that Pepper Chef?
Safeway Essentials.
yeah.
I don't think I can do that. I feel so much like a voyeur.
Well, you know, Ramon, you're not wrong
Look,
because I'm sure
if you're not at the $100 Patreon tier, I won't hand deliver the ice cream container to your house.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, but in this day and age, exactly what Clara was saying, but just with a different inflection, and you have a whole different show. Ooh, what kind of cup is that? What's he using? Ooh, is that mint? Ooh, yes.
Why is he stirring so slow?
Exactly. Stir slow. Faster. Stir faster.
No.
Binge Theory OnlyFans. Check it out.
Are we like is this like binge after dark or something? No.
Binge Theory OnlyFans. That's
Yep.
yes.
For when you really need your ice cream churned.
Yes. Oh.
I said 4 bingers, 1 cup.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. No. I think we're going down a bad path. Let us.
Binge Theory lowered backs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lowered it.
Let us.
No
go
Binge
on
Theory.
to-
Goat ice cream. Just so you know.
Yes.